And welcome back to Magpie Farm. It's a bittersweet video this week because I'm going to give you an update on the bunnies, but I'm also going to give you a bit of bad news as well. We've had our first livestock death on the farm, but more about that later, so keep tuned to the end to hear about that. And also we'll be doing a bit of a veg harvest. Mariusz has been diligently looking after the veg, and he tells me there's an awful lot to actually harvest. So stick with us, and towards the end of the week then we'll be having a bumper video on some of the renovation, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And here's one of the little bunnies. As you can see, they are growing and they're active and running around, and we've got another two over here, isn't there? Yes. And Mildred keeping a very diligent eye on them all. So we're at week 3 now, so we're at around 24 days. So I've taken the nest box out, and they're managing quite well. The nest box was taken out yesterday evening, and they are actually eating some oats and a few pellets with some hay. And June wants to say hi. As you can see, June has definitely put on some weight. I don't think she's pregnant, although I thought we had a successful breeding. But this week could be the week that we actually successfully breed June. What do you say, June? Yes? Is that a yes? And let's have a quick look at Big Boy over here. How are you doing, Big Boy? Are you doing well? You doing well? Yes? I think you are. Okay, so there's the quick update with the rabbits. So first up is the peppers. They continue to do well, and there's a lot more on there. They are very close to harvest, including these down by here. Very close to harvest. So it's literally going to be another week or so for those. A couple of them do need a bit more support because literally they've got so much fruit on them. They're starting to come down. Tomato wise, well, as you can see, there is an awful lot to actually harvest in regards to those. Watermelon. Well, many of you will remember the watermelon. Look at that watermelon now. It's still holding under its own weight. For how much longer, I don't know. There's an awful lot of weeds that have come in the 2 weeks that I've been away, as you can see. I'm embarrassed to say, and on this side. So guess what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? More tomatoes, more cucumbers, and even more tomatoes. Some of them have been had a bit because look at the size on that. We've got some smaller ones on there as well. So it's going to be a busy day harvesting the tomatoes tomorrow. There's still a number of green ones, so we'll probably be harvesting those as well. But these are actually starting to turn red now. So these, in fact, there's one there red, so that's just about ready for harvest. Amazing, the ones in the pots actually did better than the free ones, but it's going to be a good clean out and harvest in this greenhouse this week. So that will be another video this actually coming out. Some of the seedlings are going well. They will need to be put out as well. So look over here. The radishes are doing quite well. Won't be long before they're ready. another 2 weeks maybe. Beetroot is still doing quite well. Oh. Some good size on these beetroots. And the cabbages. Again, they're coming along quite nicely. The hearts on them are filling out quite nicely. So they'll be our nice winter cabbages. Onions, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. Again, this is our no-till area, don't forget folks. So it's minimal work in here. I believe these are a few more radishes there. But the onions again doing really well here. They won't be long now before harvesting. And potatoes, they died back. Now I don't know if that's primarily because of the beasties that were coming on the land eating stuff, or if they are now actually ready for us to start harvesting. By my reckoning, they should be just about ready for harvesting. These I will harvest. The others over to the left, which we'll go and have a look at in a moment, I won't be harvesting yet because potatoes will overwinter. If you cover them with a good mulch, take off the stalks when they die back, any dead stalks, and you can literally leave them in the ground at least for another 2-3 months if need be, and they will continue to grow as well. Not as much, but they will continue to grow. Carrots, they're doing really well. I'm going to probably harvest a few of those as well, and no doubt the rabbits will be thankful for the carrot tops. Over to our larger area now. French beans are coming to the end. There's still an awful lot on there to actually harvest, as you can see. We've still got some cucumbers, can you believe? And some really odd shaped cucumbers as well. So I'll harvest the rest of those and pickle those if we don't use them, because these are actually eating cucumbers if I remember rightly. How on earth I could eat any of those, I don't know. And look at these outside tomatoes. I didn't think they were going to come to anything. These were just basically the tomatoes that we had left that I was literally going to throw in the compost heap. But they're doing quite well and they're actually starting to redden. And look, we actually had some beans off here. Not many, but there's some beans as well. And again, some more tomatoes, which I am really surprised about. Goes to show you can do the tomatoes outside, but you don't get nowhere near as much of a crop as doing them in the polytunnel. Nowhere near at all. Okay, let's go and have a look at the other veg. Okay, you have around a 40-50 foot row of potatoes. They're slowly starting to die back, slowly, so they're obviously not ready yet. And wow, look at that. Can you see that grasshopper? Can you see that grasshopper there? Yes. We also planted some beetroot here, free sowed beetroot in rows, and as you can see they are coming up, but well, let's see if we actually get to anything, eh? Moving further along, again more potatoes. Now in this row, if I remember correctly, we did some parsnips, and it doesn't look like, again, I don't seem to have any luck whatsoever with parsnips. Now who knows, maybe at a later date we'll get something, but I'm not hopeful. But on a positive note, on the Swede side, as you can see, the Swedes have started to come through. So that's really positive there. So hopefully it's just a matter of leaving those and we should get a good result. Hi, and unfortunately the bad news that we have is that we lost 2 of the chickens last night. Basically the electric fence system looks as though it ran out of charge. It's an oversight on mine and Mariosh's part. We didn't get back from my flight until quite late, and then we were rushing around, and so we lost 2 of the girls, and unfortunately one of them was June, my favourite chicken, the one that always used to wait for me to put her to bed or for Mariosh to put her to bed. I suppose it's logical, as she would have been the last to go in the nest at night. But we found one of the chickens. I won't show you the remains, but let's say it was decapitated, basically. So we think it was a fox. And here is the remains of June, well, feathers only, as you can see, unfortunately. Yes, so gutted to say the least, but we have the electrical system charging up as we speak, and I guess it's a lesson learned for us, and a tough lesson at that. You know, you think to yourself, well, they're livestock, you know, you're gonna potentially have to process them one day yourself, but it still hits you. It really did. Well, it certainly hit me and Mariosh. It hit us hard, I'll be honest. We was not expecting it, and it's probably hit us harder because we feel a bit responsible for it, because we obviously wasn't keeping an eye on the charge of the electric fencing. As I said, that's a lesson learned, so upwards and onwards, as they say, and we've got to learn from our mistakes. And I always promised everybody that when we started posting these videos that it would be warts and all, and the truth of what's going on, the ups and the downs. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and quick update from Magpie Farm. It was a bittersweet one. As you can tell, we are gutted. We've said it before. We're not happy. But if you'd like us to provide more updates, then please do consider hitting the subscribe and like button. And if you have any comments, by all means, please pop them below. The next video update will be towards the middle of the week, and then we'll start to have the bumper update on the renovations towards the end of this coming week. So Sunday, next Sunday, that's right, will be the big update in regards to the renovations upstairs and the cottage. So until then, from me and Mariosh, you have a great day. Catch you soon.